Hey guys, so today we're going to be creating this procedural zipper animation inside of Cinema 4D. And as you can see here, if I pause it, we can move this up and down and it moves the zipper like so. So let's get into it. Okay, so in a brand new scene here, what you're going to want to do is create a simple plane here and make it about the size you would like your one side of your zipper to be. I'm just going to move it over so that it's centered. Something that I would like to do is go to the display and make it quick shading and lines. You're going to want to have it subdivided pretty well on the width segments here because this part is going to be bending, so you want quite a bit of geometry there. Now what we're going to want to do is add in the little zipper part here. Now if you know me, you know I do zero modeling at all. I took a model online of these little suckers and put it into a cloner, so I'll go ahead and take you through that process. Okay, I brought in a zipper model already, and this is really high geometry and really slows my computer down, so I'm not going to use this. That's why I'm creating my own. I just want one of these, so what I'm going to do is go into the geometry selection. I'm going to click U and then F, wait for that option to come up, and then tap on this. You see that this highlights. Next, I'm going to want to right-click this. Okay, and once that option comes up, you want to hit split right here. And what that will do is split this layer off from the rest of it. I'm going to go back into object mode and back to my selection tool. And you can see here that when I move the axis, it's only this that moves. Cool. So I have that layer. The axis was way far back, so I'm going to make sure I have this layer selected. Hit Shift C and type in center and center axis 2 right here. And you'll see that it fits perfectly to that. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy this layer, go to my other one, and paste that in. Now that is way too small, so I'm going to make that 5 here, and that should be good for now. Now what I'm going to want to do is throw this into a cloner object here. And under the cloner, since this little spot has so much geometry in it, I'm going to make sure to add that to a multi-instance. And that should perform a little bit better. And also, I'm not going to reset coordinates. Okay, great. So the size needs to be brought down because these are going to want to be really close together. Cool. So here we have our zipper. Now what we're going to want to do is go into the cloner and the default. I would usually save this as a backup, so I'd copy and paste it and then turn off these layers here in case something goes wrong and I want to do some modeling again. But what I'll do here is select both of these, right click and connect objects plus delete. Okay, now what we're going to do is make this a and then I could have probably done it on all of them, but the cloner and the plane I'm also going to connect, I'm going to connect objects and delete. Where's that? There we go. Connect objects and delete, and now all we have to do is duplicate this. Let's go ahead before we do that, Shift C and then center axis 2. Cool, we're going to turn it around to perfect 180 degrees. Perfect. Now we're going to fit this over here, and looks just okay for the purpose of this. If you have a model already, the next part is the only part that's important. Okay, so we have the base zipper modeled very quickly. It's not very great, but you can mess around with that. You get the idea there. I'm going to want to add a bend deformer here and put it under the cloner 1. Okay, and let's just make sure that that is working, and it is perfect. Okay, bring that back down to 0. Now I'm going to hit fit to parent, and this isn't going to work right away, at least I hope not. Let's see. Yeah, definitely not. Let's go make that 0 again. So what we're going to want to do with this bend deformer, I believe, is go to the rotator tool and move this to 90 degrees. Okay, this doesn't need to be 400. And this can be quite a bit more. Now let's see the strength. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so now we have that moved around so it's bending upwards. All we have to do is move the angle a perfect, I'm just going to type it in, 90 degrees. And I like to click keep length so that it doesn't deform. Now what you're going to want to do is make sure that this isn't 200. I would shorten this down just a bit so that you can tell when the zipper's moving right here. Okay, great. So we have this done, and all we need to do is apply this to the other side. So I'm going to hit Control Shift and paste, Control B, and then add it to the other one. Now, the most important part is the zipper controller. So how do we do that? It's actually pretty simple. I'm just going to make this a cube for the purpose of this, but you could make this any object, including your zipper, but I don't want to bring in that model at the moment. So I'm going to make this the appropriate size here. Now all you're going to want to do is go to the bend deformers here, hit Shift C, type in constraint, add that in. Under priority expression, I like to make this dynamic because it works super fast, and then I'm going to make this a parent right there, and then add it to I'm just going to type in this pen tool and go to the object we made, this cube. Great, and then do the exact same thing to the other side, so Shift C, constraint, dynamics, parent, offset, and then type it onto the cube. I missed the perfect. Okay, now here's the magic. When we go to the cube and move it, we are going to be moving the zipper right with it with this. So this was a very quick explainer on how to do this. You can pretty it up a lot more, but hopefully this helped you guys out. So thank you for watching.